Right, I've got that upside down. What an Egypt. Right, finally back out on another camp. So I think it's been about 4 weeks or so since I've managed to get out. It's probably 3 weeks since I released a video. We had family over for one weekend. Then my foot was playing up for another weekend. And then last weekend I was all prepped to go and I had an absolutely chronic migraine. So I have totally forced myself to get out and go out today. It is 24 degrees at the moment here. It is light rain and it is so stiflingly hot. Also, I'll show you. Go take a look at the spot. I'm going to turn around because everything has gone nuts. All the trackways are overgrown. This grass is 2 foot taller than it was. And I think my camping spots will also be under all of this grass. So we're going to have a look. The ground's not too bad, it's just wet on top. That's interesting, I wonder what that is. But the grass is very long. Wow. So I would normally set up under there. Whew. This is going to make things interesting. I think I'm going to set up under there where I can trample a spot. Let's have a quick look in there. Yeah, I can get the tent under here. The wind's not too bad today. It's not due to get windy, so I'm not worried about a little bit of deadfall here. Not going anywhere. I might pull that branch down later just to make sure, but otherwise I think we'll be fine. Right, now the difficult bit. Which tent? So when I say the difficult bit is which tent, I really mean it. So I've packed, I've got the one Tigris Tetra, I've got a Lanshan 2 in the back there, which I haven't used, and I've also got the Nord tent. Now, if we were going to have rain all day and into tomorrow, I would absolutely go for the Nord tent. But it's very, very hot and humid. And I think that's overkill. If I had a bit more space, I may well put up the Lanshan, but I don't really have that level of space. So I'm going to put up the Tetra, which is the TP tent you've seen once before. I should have enough room. That should do the job. Right, let's see what the ground's like here. Something else has been laying in here. Deer, I expect. It'll be alright. Might be a bit of a squeeze though. I've definitely got to get around that. Okay, let's see what we can do. So this is the one Tigris Tetra. This is a single poled teepee tent. As I've used it once before. Quite comfy. Good amount of room. The only downside when I used it last was the huge airflow thing at the back, which was horrible in the winter, but is exactly what I need for the summer. It's not huge, only sits that high, but that's okay. It doesn't need to be huge. It does have a inner inside. Just trying to locate the back. I'll go any further than there. Somewhere. Just loosely get this put in place. And obviously here we go. Just going to move you back a little. This is one of these tents that really only goes together, or seems to come together, right at the last second. However, what have we got going on here? Why is that all open? There we are. Right, I've got that upside down. So let's we'll redo that. We won't use this clip. What an idiot. There we go. Let's try that again. Yep. Right, so move your hand up there. So, one Tigers Tetra. I've used it once before. I used it effectively in the winter, which I now know wasn't so good. Now, not because the tent wasn't good, because it was. The problem was this big vent that runs the entire length of the back, which is great for airflow, but in the winter it lets an awful lot of air through, and I had to block it. Now, does sort of make it pretty spot on for today's weather, because today's weather has a little breeze, but not too much. And it's going to rain later, but not all night. Oh. So something like this, which is pretty darn waterproof, but has good airflow, is what I need for tonight. Now, I do remember that this tent took a little bit of fettling to get right. It really did. So there's a slight lack of points on the back. By points I mean guy lines, which we've discussed before. I definitely think there should have been at least one more at the back, and I'm certainly not alone in that. Hang on. However, it is what it is. Okay, there we go. So you basically peg the back up, get the floor in the right place, on my there-ish. And we'll get the two side guys out. Again, I don't need to go mad. I'm going to come back and sort these as we go around. That's the basic. I'm going to close the inner doors, stop as many of them bugs as I possibly can from getting in, even though I can see at least one already. Let's go around and get the corners out. So I should explain this camp, because I've had foot problems and then headache problems, blah blah blah. This one isn't going to be an extreme camp, not even vaguely. It might be, I basically brought quite a lot of luxuries. Nice food to cook, table chairs, obviously the North tent if it was really bad weather, but it's not, that's great. So this is a comfort camp. which I just needed to do. I absolutely needed to get out, but without overdoing it, stressing myself about it, without having to do any sort of length of walking. So yeah, it's a comfort camp. It's a car camp, if you like. I don't mind what you call it. And you can say, well, that's not wild camping. You're partially right. It's not that wild, but it's sort of camping. And there have been people in comments that say that sort of stuff. It's alright. It's up to them. They do them. I'll do me. It's about me getting out there in the wild, in a tent or a bivvy or whatever. But it is about getting out. Right. We get the chair up. Which is the Dragonhide, One Tiger's Dragonhide chair. You've seen it loads. Again, comfort. Now, when the ground's wet, this sinks. I don't yet have the ball feet for it. I've got them for the other one, but not for this one. However, in theory at least, the ground should be reasonably solid. Wet on the top, it's had that sprinkling, but really we've had quite a few days where it's been warm, which means, at least in theory, I shouldn't sink too far. There we are. Ooh. Right, I should explain. Oh, I'm using a full-scale tripod this time rather than the little one, which is a little bit more cumbersome. It needs to be fettled a bit more. There we go. To try and keep it straight, which is fine. I'm sweating. Now, one thing I do have to remember, because we're on the long grass now, and because we've seen something lie down over there, I will have to have a quick tick watch at some point. Don't think it's an issue. I've not seen a tick up here yet, but you just never know. We get the table up. And once that's up, I will locate my flex tail anti-moss and we'll get that going. spin you around a bit. You've seen me do this table before, and I've no idea if it makes any sense or difference, but I always try and put the feet in with the little clip facing inwards on each leg. Will that make a difference? No idea. Conceptually, it works for me, but you know. You've also seen me talk about this table before. I still find it unnecessarily irritating. But hey ho. I'm sure there are other table designs out there that are better. Oh, that's hot. This is a new t-shirt for the summer from Timu, surprisingly. Supposed to be a moisture wicking one. So far, it's not doing a bad job. Can't remember how much it was. Not much at all. Certainly not, you know, go outdoors sort of thing. Much cheaper than that. Right. Textile. Looks like I might have to order some more tabs soon. Two more trips. Oh, they are somewhat tricky to take out. And sometimes they just don't want to go in either. If you put any sort of bend on them, damn. Oh well. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but there should be, you pop one in, pop it out, like that. That one's fine. Oh well. There we go. Well, in theory, it helps. in theory. Who knows? It's just short of midday. The weather is 23, feels like 25. Humidity at 73%. And we've got some more rain coming soon. About half an hour. Okay. So, I'm going to go back to the car, get the last few bits out, and then we'll get the tent sorted, I think. And then maybe some coffee.